Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're listening to this, and welcome to the Weebly Comic Podcast, a podcast where every week we talk about the latest anime, manga. A podcast where every week we talk about anime, manga, comic book movies, and the latest entertainment news. I'm Diego, also known as Wrath, and as always, I'm joined by my co host, Brennan.
What up?
Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you.
Star Psycho, aka Adrian.
Suppose.
Bruh. And Jay Avocado.
What's good?
And this week we also again don't really have much for news, but we have some very good news for certain things I'm very excited about. And as always, we also have Attack on Titan to discuss. So make sure to check out the time codes in the description if you want to skip around. Also, check out our socials, my YouTube channel, Adrian's new meme Instagram, and his Twitch, Brennan's Popstagram, and YouTube and Jay's YouTube channel. I am scuffing this up, but without further ado, let's get right into the news.
Don't ever do that again.
I'm stealing that.
Time.
I'm stealing that from him.
Don't.
He's
Diego,
retiring.
We don't have a problem.
He's retiring, bro.
No, he's not.
Not anymore.
He's not retiring.
No,
he's not.
he signed a contract.
He signed a 3-year contract.
No. Here, I got the phrase. Let's I don't got the phrase, bro. I don't know. I'll have it next week. All
right, you better have it next week.
I will.
So let's just kick it off with some really interesting news, to say the least. But MAPPA is making a new studio where they're going to be focusing mostly on CGI background. But at that studio, they'll also be doing pretty much everything else that the main studio does, from what I can tell. But the focus is CGI backgrounds and CGI work. I think this is interesting news because like MAPPA doing CGI, just because of how good MAPPA is with everything, I feel like even though it is mostly going to be backgrounds and stuff, I think it'll be pretty solid.
They're finally getting new workers to putting them to slavery. I'm be like, work, boy. What you mean you can't make a CGI animation of Eren Yeager hair flipping around and shit? I said work. You'll get your family next week. I mean, it would actually help them, so they won't I don't know how their staff is doing. I mean,
they got hundreds of people in their staff, so
yeah, but if they're making a new studio just for CGI based stuff, I think they're doing well so far.
Yeah, because one of the things that they were talking about is just background shit. I feel like it's obvious with the actual, you know what I mean. I'm very tired. So Javen, what are your thoughts? Because you're the leading expert when it comes to this shit.
Yes, I'm a true expert on the interworkings of the anime industry. So
I can't tell if that was sarcasm or
not. No, I'm just capping, bro. I mean, it sounds like good news. It makes it seem like, because for certain scenes in anime, it's probably easier to do with CGI, and CGI, when done well, is enjoyable. It
at B-Stars.
Yes, B-Stars, peak stars. All right. So I think that this is probably good news. I don't know if you guys noticed, but in the new Attack on Titan episode, when they show the Colossal Titans and the Rumbling, they're all the same. They all look the same. The only reason it looks good is because of all the effects they have over. So unless you're really looking, you don't realize that they're all the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, just copy paste. So I mean, maybe with them trying to take on all these big projects at once, it allows them to add more details in that specific CGI department moving forward, so that it's not just copy paste kind of stuff.
Yeah, but with the amount of stuff that they're, because to your point, with the amount of projects that they're picking up and everything, I'm actually really glad to hear that they're opening a new studio, because they've got too much going on, in my opinion.
You're right. The only reason I'm not over ecstatically hype about this is because I have an underlying feeling that while it might help them produce anime faster, it might in higher quality, it might also just be another slave camp. just another place where, like Adrian said, work, boy, you ain't seen your family. So I don't know.
I'm curious to see the CGI background. Just because, like, for example, we talked about one of the first episodes of Attack on Titan's comeback, how we noticed the CGI, like Aaron's Titan CGI walking around the animated background and stuff looked a little odd. So I'm curious to see like what it's gonna look like with like animated characters going around a CGI'd thing because like for example, I know you guys don't watch it, but Dragon Ball Super Broly, the movie, had like a lot of CGI background that almost looked like a legit realistic background at some points,
It was
but
like
it
that
looked a
for other
little
Dragon Ball movies too. It's
yeah,
like
but
starting
this
with
one was
this.
like very noticeable. Like this one was like they went heavy on that in the fight scene with Broly at the end. And I don't know, it looked a little strange at some parts, in my opinion. I don't know how Adrian felt about it, but like I have faith in Mappa because they do a good job, but I'm curious to see it play out just because I feel like there might be moments where it might look a little strange.
I don't know. Because like there's a lot of CGI in anime that like we don't really pick up on because like
Unless you're an
in
animator
some
yourself.
yeah because like in some anime I have noticed that like cars like way in the background are like 1,000% CGI just because it's easier. But
Mhm.
like I feel it's fine. I feel like it's gonna be fine because it's Mappa.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
it's
I
just a
have
lot of
faith.
background stuff. You notice in certain animes, like I was rewatching Vinland Saga, and I'm like, damn, there's a lot more CGI than I thought. Some of the people were CGI in the background that was just like a far distance away if you're just looking at it.
Yeah.
Even the horses too. So, on like a first watch, if you're not an animator yourself, you're probably not even gonna notice like CGI there.
Yeah, because like what Jay was saying, I feel like it's just gonna because some of the CGI in Attack on Titan's pretty fucking rough, but I feel like it'll make
Yeah.
it a lot like the quality will be a lot better. Because like I kind of wish that they did this before because some of the CGI work with the Titans, I just don't
To
like
be
it.
fair,
I
the
just
anime, I'm pretty sure they were rushed too. They
Yeah.
had to like
That's what
get
I'm
out that
saying
CGI.
though, is that like it'll just I wish this was earlier so then Attack on Titan would like at least the CGI would look better. But cuz like as much as I love Attack on Titan, the CGI fucking is rough. But
Mhm.
moving on.
Speaking of CGI, we got
Yeah,
a full
yeah.
CGI movie coming out. Also on the topic of Dragon Ball.
Look at that. Two transitions for one topic. Crazy. So, Dragon Ball Superhero got a new trailer sometime this week. I don't know the specifics. I didn't watch it. As well as a new poster which seems to show off a new Piccolo form. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Take this
Mhm.
over the Dragon Ball watchers.
So possibly this is a new Piccolo form because of the coloration of his skin.
He
Looks
looks
a lot
yellow as
lighter.
shit. Like he looks like piss yellow. It's crazy.
Very.
Yeah, I
And
really hope
another
this isn't
thing,
a new form.
I
I
really
hope it
hope that
is.
it
I'd
is,
rather him
but
not be, going from his green to fucking piss yellow.
I hope not either. But it's weird because you don't even see the wrinkles, and if you watch the trailer itself, they show you that they can actually do wrinkles from a distance. So it's not out of laziness. This is like a very specific thing they're doing.
And
So
also in the
I'm
trailer, he's like green,
uh
not yellow.
Oh,
also just
so it's like
the super
100%
Namekian.
interesting.
Well,
Well, now I also I wasn't saying I hope it's not his new form out of hoping he doesn't get a new form. It's more of if his new form is really just him turning yellow, I'm gonna be kind of pissed. Piccolo deserves way better than that. Piccolo has literally been here from the jump, like Dragon Ball, like beginning. Piccolo has been a character that deserves more development. Well, I mean, I don't want to say he's underdeveloped. Like he has a lot of development and stuff, but like just progression.
Yeah.
Like right after essentially Cell games and he like trained Gohan. That's it. Like after that, he hasn't progressed at all. Like strength wise, he's always just been that like character who's always like a prominent like go to. Like Goku's either talking to him or asking a favor of him or something. But he's always been there, always been reliable. He deserves a power up. He deserves to be on a stronger level than what he's been stuck at. So, that's my take, bro. He needs to be like freaking His skin needs to turn purple. He need to blend in with his clothes or something.
Yeah, I really hope this isn't by design wise, because like I'm not gonna lie to you, it seems kind of boring. Like from a design yellow, you just turn yellow. It's like we see that with Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan will work because there's so much anticipation to it.
Super Saiyan Namekian? Confirmed?
Super Namekian. That for real. I really hope it's not. Another thing I did notice in the trailer, other than the characters, I'll get to that later, was towards the end there's a ball that there's like a design of. It's like I don't know why. I'm starting to think maybe the reason why people think Cell is there because that ball is there and it's about to erupt and it's about to explode. Something's about to get out of control. Some people are like thinking like, ooh, Cell 2.0 maybe. And low key, I wouldn't mind that because I'm be honest, I don't really like
Oh,
the two
I'm
airbrush
pretty sure it
thing.
is a new form
Yeah,
because
I don't know
I'm
if I like
watching it, and Piccolo deadass goes from his green self to that yellow form. Anyways, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not, no, you're good. It's not like a power up. It's like, or I mean, it's not like you just charged up with key, like how you'll see him like having a white aura and then it's like show them charging. It's not like that.
Yeah,
It's like a new.
I would
he deadass pulls like a Goku and just changes.
Yeah, but they wouldn't show that. Like, if they get like that, might be like a little power up thing, like how Goku has Kaioken. But if they're gonna give him a new form, there's no way they show it in the trailer. They've never, ever, ever done a trailer to show off like a new form. For
Uh,
example, in the Dragon
They
Ball,
might do it for hype
they did it for
because
Broly, but that was like
but
late when it was
everyone
like
knows Broly
exploring.
gets a power up. Like I'm talking, like they didn't show Vegeta going into Super Saiyan God. They just let that play out in the movie so that it looks cool. And like people
Pretty
are
sure
gonna
they
get
did. This
hype.
is like a late trailer though. It's like a very late
that's
trailer.
also like, and also I don't see very much hype surrounding this movie. Like it could just be because I don't really, I don't do shit with nothing Dragon Ball related, but like I haven't seen any of like the people that I normally watch for anime content like talk about it.
and
And
and if this is Piccolo's transformation and they're showing it in the trailer, then I think Gohan's gonna have a bigger transformation.
Possibly, I can
I
agree.
don't think they're gonna show off like the big transformation or like the big like thing in the trailer.
Yeah, I don't think Piccolo's transformation is going to be the biggest thing either,
Probably
which
not.
is probably going to be unfortunate for those Piccolo fans. But I mean,
At
at
least
least
he gets something.
yeah, you get a movie with Piccolo mostly in it compared to what y'all got
Which,
in Dragon Ball Broly, which was like a 5 minutes with him in it and him just talking. Um,
but let's talk about Gohan, cause Gohan be looking like he kind of popping off, bro. He looking like back to Cell games, Gohan, bro.
he really do. People say he's downgraded us ever since Cell games, and low key, not necessarily too wrong, but that's just because of his lifestyle. That's he he just kind of got shafted. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
would definitely say character-wise, he downgraded, but I would say strength-wise, I think he's kinda while he's not as strong as he could be, it doesn't take long for him to get back to where he needs to be. Because we
Mm,
saw it in the Tournament of Power, like, he trained for, like, 2 weeks and was to the point where he was fighting Goku at Super Saiyan Blue. So, I don't wanna say that, like regressed as a character and what he could have been, yes, but power wise, I think everyone has kind of done the good old like Sakura treatment where we like downplay him a lot more than what we really need to.
well, it's mostly just he just has a lot of potential, but doesn't reach that full potential. We see that in the Buu Saga, where he literally just goes over there and is able to just completely just violate Boo, like right then and there. Not only is like the strongest Boo there, and I'm not gonna debate about this. Fuck that. It's the strongest Boo for him, and he just violates him. But the reason he doesn't beat him is because he's just arrogant and just I forgot exactly how it goes, but he just still takes
He
it back.
loses because of his arrogance.
Yeah.
Nah, that is Boo's strongest form, right? Kid Boo's only so powerful because he's so chaotic. Like you don't know what he's gonna do.
Yes.
Yeah, in that trailer, Gohan is he's even in his teen Gohan uniform, bro. That's how you know he's reverting back to being a savage, bro. He about to be kicking little cells in half again, bro. Like, come on.
We don't see Savage Gohan,
And
but
let's be honest, everyone loves a good Gohan Piccolo team up, bro. That's just like that's a fat W.
hey, bro, I'm interested in seeing a potential Beerus versus Broly's spar. I don't care how long or short this is. I want to see it. Because ever since that statement, oh, you possibly as strong as Beerus, people been fighting, debating, throwing hands, throwing up and sick to their stomach after hearing them statement. Beerus fans are just they're just in the gutter believing that he's the strongest person in the universe. But I want to see Broly pop the fuck off. I don't care. I'm repping my boy Broly. I want to
I
see him.
don't I feel like some people forget how strong Broly actually is. Like I don't think they understand that when he's in like rage form, he's potentially strongest, like stronger than Goku. And by potentially, I mean he definitely is.
He is, unless you want to argue MUI probably takes over and
But
violates
even
him.
then, we have
Maybe.
reasons to believe that he would be able to get to that level because while Broly fights in his rage form, he continues to adapt and get stronger and stronger, which is the reason they needed to go Gogeta. And I feel like the only reason they beat him while they were in Gogeta form is because they didn't really give him a chance to adapt. Like they kind of just started ending things, immediately as soon as they came because they only have 30 minutes in that form. So it's
Hmm.
kind of like you got to get in, do your business, and like, finish everything before you split. So I would argue that like if they would have kind of done it the way Goku and Vegeta had done it in the Gogeta form, Broly would have only gotten stronger. Now I don't want to be arrogant and be like, oh, he would have beat Gogeta because like, hey, bro, that's a lot of power to to match. But I definitely think he would have shown a lot more strength and everything as it would have continued if it would have been like a more longer drawn out thing. I mean, think Goku or Vegeta was just like literally mopping the floor with him. And then all of a sudden he could have easily killed Goku and Vegeta like by the time they had to go and fuse. So
Honestly,
I
yeah.
mean,
It's just
like it
Broly
would have
just
been
has a
interesting.
lot of in battle potential other than Gohan just having like he trained. He doesn't like reach that. Or I don't see him doing the same thing. Growth, a big growth exponential as Broly does, and well, what we saw from the movie. He has more potential than I would say Gohan. And if you don't one shot Broly or beat him to a pulp before he reaches that potential, he might just one up you and just beat the fuck out of you on accident.
Hey
No
bro, I'm
cap.
calling it. Gohan's going Super Saiyan 4 in this movie.
I wish you
Yeah,
were
bro.
saying.
I actually saw a thing and it was interesting because it was like giving Super Saiyan 4 to Goku or Vegeta now would be like obviously digression. Like it wouldn't move anything forward. They're gods now. But if you give it to someone like Gohan or Trunks or we haven't talked about that, Adrian.
Oh
Goten and
yeah, they're
Trunks are
grown.
actually grown. Not like grown, but
They're like
they
teenagers.
ain't 10. They,
Yeah, and we
which
even saw in one of the posters they do like the fusion dance, but I
yeah,
don't know if we're gonna
which
see Go Tanks. I would like to. Not gonna lie, I would like to see Teen Go Tanks, but I don't think we would.
Which Diego J, I don't think you guys know this, but Goten and Trunks have been 10 for the past 15 years.
Yeah.
Ever since
um
Saga, so yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I feel like that's really all we can talk about the movie. I mean, I don't really want to get into the Android people because to be honest, I don't really know anything about it. Like I don't thoroughly watch the trailers like that. I'm just waiting for the movie. I think it comes out in April.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna be coming in sometime, yeah, April. Sounds
we'll
right.
probably get it in like May or June
Yeah, knowing how fast Toei
in Funimation.
can just dub the voice actors because it's fucking Dragon Ball and everyone wants to see Dragon Ball.
Yo, speaking of Funimation, Crunchyroll and them are like officially like merging a little.
Yeah. RIP.
Funimation has a lot of stuff like merging onto Crunchyroll.
I'm dead.
And
Yeah,
now
dude.
Funnimation's not gonna get any more episodes. You gotta go to Crunchyroll now.
Yeah, so like uh, so I didn't really look into it. At some point is the whole library is moving over to Crunchyroll, right?
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Why?
Didn't Funimation buy Crunchyroll? So why wouldn't you
No,
just put all of
Crunchyroll
Crunchyroll?
bought Funimation.
No, No, Sony owns Funimation. Sony bought Crunchyroll.
Oh, it's probably because Sony looked at the two and was like, probably was like, which one it makes more money, and
Yeah, Crunchyroll is probably more brand recognizable for anime fans, and I'm also assuming it just had more subscribers as well.
yeah.
And I mean, as far most people I've talked to prefer Crunchyroll's streaming service in general compared to Funimation. I've
My
had
only issue is what's gonna happen with all the dubs, because I know that, or no, actually, never mind. I retract that statement completely.
As far as I know, Crunchyroll will just have everything that Funimation has
And
starting
more.
soon. Yeah.
Die- Diego said, "I said dub. People gonna roast me in the comments. Let me stop right here."
No, because I'm like the dubs are there.
Yeah, on Funimation.
No, on Crunchyroll, the dubs are there.
I've always preferred how Funimation has everything set up. Like it automatically plays dub unless you switch it.
I
If
don't
they
like
have it
that.
in dub,
I don't like that.
I like it. Like I liked it for One Piece.
Yeah, but
So
like
oops, sorry.
you could just go to a specific, you could just go to the specific dub or sub in the like the menu.
Yeah, but Crunchyroll, I don't know.
No,
Maybe on the
because
computer it's better, but
for
Crunchyroll's
some,
like the way it's set up is really like weird on the phone.
you're
So
tripping.
like no, because sometimes it's like it's hard to find where I'm at in Crunchyroll. Like when I was looking through One Piece for like on Crunchyroll, it just I don't know.
Just
It was
press
so
continue
much easier
watching.
to not when I haven't been watching all of it on Crunchyroll and I have to search through and they got a bunch
See,
of
that's
different
your
dubs
problem,
and
bro.
seasons and stuff that you got to look through and
That's
I
your
don't know. I
problem.
prefer Funimation.
It's in seasons on Funimation too. What you
But
mean?
it's the way it looks is a lot easier to find.
You're the first person who has
Crunchyroll
ever told me that.
Crunchyroll look weird.
You look
Like I said,
weird.
I don't know if it's a mobile thing or if like on the computer it would be better. I'm just saying on my phone, I had a lot easier of a time finding things on Funimation than I did on
Funimation
Crunchyroll.
is annoying as shit.
You know what, Diego? You're annoying as shit.
Wait.
Funimation.
Let's
Funimation should
not
just have it all.
let's not get too
We're already
crazy
gonna
here. Let's stay on
we're already gonna
topic.
have more than enough of you and me fucking arguing with each other with the Attack on Titan section. I can feel it in my veins. So just
Oh yeah.
let us have some civil fucking talk for one segment, please.
Wait,
Hold on. Let
so
me give some more information.
which
All so I, all the content is on Crunchyroll right now.
Really?
It is.
Yeah, it started yesterday.
Oh
Oh wow.
shit.
all all
When
of
the
it?
news
I thought it
yeah.
was slow. Like I thought it
Yeah, I
was
thought it
like
was because I
slowly.
saw something on TikTok and it was like it's
Okay,
gonna be a gradual thing.
okay, well maybe it started yesterday. So
Mm,
There's definitely a lot on there though. Like they put a lot
that's
on there.
crazy.
if you have
So
only Funimation, you can get Crunchyroll for like 3 months for free, I believe,
Yeah.
as well. But
I thought it was 6.
I'm not sure. But you can get Crunchyroll for free for a little bit, all
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
so does that mean I should cancel my Funimation subscription?
Pretty much.
Honestly, I saw the official Funimation TikTok actually say that in their comment section. So, someone
What
asked, Should
to
I
cancel it?
cancel? Should I cancel my Funimation account since I have a Crunchyroll one as well?" And the TikTok official page for Funimation said, "Yeah, cancel it whenever you're ready."
True.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Wait, but that sucks because my TV doesn't have like the Crunchyroll app. I mean, I can always stream it from my phone to my TV, but like,
Yeah, I'm sure now that Sony owns Crunchyroll,
They'll figure
it's
something out with that.
things are gonna any problems you have with Crunchyroll now, Brennan, they'll probably get fixed anyway. So I feel like
probably.
it's because you're getting you're getting the best of both now. So
Yeah.
both people or the best people from both sides are gonna be working to make it even better. So
Hey, bro. As long as
I
they
just
got the
hope they
daily
don't
life of
change
Immortal
the
King on there, I ain't. I ain't mad.
I'm dead. I just hope that they don't change the like UI or whatever, cuz
They probably will a little bit.
I just hope it's nothing like Funimation's cuz it's so annoying. I like look, I get that you like it, that's fine, whatever, but like for me it's so maybe it's just because I've used Crunchyroll for years and now I've started to use Funimation a little bit, but like it's just so annoying. It's
Well,
so
the thing is
annoying and
there
so
anything you like
difficult.
about Funimation?
There's not a single. The only thing that I like about Funimation is how easy it is to switch from dub to sub. But that's it.
So then maybe they'll put that in Crunchyroll, and that'll be the only thing they add.
You know what? I actually,
Because
Diego,
literally
you're gonna.
for Funimation, like, you know, you only have to tap like the options and then switch. And then for Crunchyroll, you got to back out all the way out of the fucking episode, click change to a different thing, scroll through, you know, find the episode you were on again. Like that's the like. I know that I was like, oh, you know, it's got it all right there, but it is kind of annoying for switching. But it's easier to find, yes, but for switching, it's a little tedious. But what were you saying, Jay?
I was actually gonna say that as far for Funimation, I agree that the dub and sub and the way that the seasons are ordered is much easier than
Yeah.
Crunchyroll. But as far as so I kind of did agree with Brennan. But as far as like the quality of the streaming service, there's a comment section, there's a community. It's easy to find anime, it's easy to
Yeah.
save anime, it's easy to come back to anime. I just think
Yeah, because
Crunchyroll
like
is a better service.
for at least for me personally, my personal like experience with Funimation, it's so difficult to find the anime that you want to watch. It's so difficult to, you know, when you're watching it, it's so difficult to start watching it again. It's just so difficult because like sometimes maybe it's also because you and I share the account. I don't know, but sometimes like the show that I'm watching just disappears from my like watching queue, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? I don't know.
I just know if there's ever a time where there's a show on Crunchyroll and Funimation, I almost always will
Go
opt to
to
choose
yeah.
Crunchyroll instead.
I
That's
think
just my preference.
I think Hunter's the only thing that I go to Funimation for, and that's just because like it has my spot of where I watch it. But like, yeah,
Now you can watch it on Crunchyroll.
yeah,
I
exactly.
will I
Yeah,
will
that's the same
say
thing
one
for
thing
me.
I've always hated about Funimation is you can't hit like next episode or anything like that, or like do an easy skip.
Yeah,
At least on the TV. Like I said,
on the
this is
app
on the
it's so
TV.
easy. It's like a YouTube video. You just press the
So yeah, like, but like I said, that's personal problems with the TV, because you had to sit and either watch the credits or fast forward through the credits,
yeah, and
and
it's
then it would
annoying
skip
as
on to the
hell.
next one.
But yeah, that's pretty much everything with
Wait,
Funimation.
Adrian,
Oh, Adrian,
Hmm.
yeah,
What do I prefer,
you
Crunchyroll
got
or
any
Funimation?
opinions on this, my guy?
Um, my only opinion is I've only been using Crunchyroll. One time I used Funimation, I was confused, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going back on Crunchyroll. Fuck
I'm
this
good.
shit. So Crunchyroll stays. Let's go. That's a dub in my book.
R.I.P. Funimation.
Funimation, I'm sorry, y'all, but y'all just gonna have to take it L.
I'm dead. All right. Well, speaking of things ending, Dr. Stone is finally fucking ending soon, and I'm so happy
Yeah, the
Why?
because
biggest Dr. Stone
bro,
hater.
the manga's ending. Once it ends, then I just have to wait for the anime to either get canceled or just go all the way through, and then I never have to hear about Dr. Stone ever again.
I
Number
think you're
one.
gonna hear more about that. I don't
What
know.
what makes you think it's getting canceled? Number one.
I don't know, because sometimes anime do get canceled when the manga ends. It's just something that happens.
After Crunchyroll taking over, you think a Crunchyroll exclusive anime gonna get canceled for one of the most popular manga and best manga out?
I wouldn't say
You
the
tripping.
best or popular, but
I said
It's
one
popular.
of.
It
oh,
is popular.
okay. Well, it is popular. I don't know about like what's its manga sales. Somebody give me that statistic
Oh
right now.
my god, bro's going to
Is it top 10? Is it top
the
10?
manga. No, listen, the
It is
manga does not need to be validated by the sales for quality. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes, it
actually no,
does.
that's not
Yes,
top
it
six.
does.
You know what? Fine, fine. I'll look it up for last year just to appease you.
All right, I want to know the specific ranking, like what number it is.
I just
man,
want to know
it's
what
number
viewers
5.
state.
It's number 5. All right, that's valid.
Right?
No, I don't know. I
Oh.
don't know. I don't know. I just threw out a number. If it is number 5, though, I'm a goat. Bro, I don't understand why you a Dr. Stone hater. Why can't
It's
you just
not
not like it and
good.
move on? Why can't you just not like it and
Because
move on, bro?
Javen and everybody else that watches it won't shut the fuck up about it. That's what
I
makes me hate
barely
it.
talk about it.
Sounds
Why
like it's
You
too big
barely
brain for
talk
you.
about it, but every other motherfucker that I know that watches Dr. Stone is like, "Oh my god, bro, Dr. Stone's so good," and I'm like, "It's really not."
It's number 13 for
See, it's not
2021.
valid. Garbage.
Damn.
Anything that's
Wow.
lower than number 10, nah, I'm capping. Look,
I was about to say,
90
bro.
90% of my Dr. Stone hate is a meme. I just want to, for context, by the way, it's just like I just don't understand. It's not that good in my opinion. That's just me. I just don't think it's that good. I don't
All right,
understand the hype. That's it.
This ain't even. Hold up, though.
It's
This
ending. We're
ain't
moving
even.
on.
Oh my god, bro! This
Man,
ain't
that
a
either.
Doctor Stone review. We just talking about a manga ending, bro.
You guys asked me what my hate is for. Did you not?
Oh
Nah,
my
I just
god.
called you #1 hater.
Listen, bro, 2 weeks ago you asked us a question, and when we try to answer it, you cut us off too. I'm just saying.
Exactly, and I'm done. So we move on.
Bro,
Yeah,
bro,
but
this
like,
ain't a podcast. This is a dictatorship.
Exactly.
I
actually,
know.
have you guys noticed that a lot of the new, what's considered new gen, is either over or ending very soon? There's only like a handful of them that are like
And One Piece
either
is still going.
still going. Like Black Clover's in a question mark period because we don't know like what the time period of how long that's gonna go for. Jujutsu Kaisen is, I think, is like 70% done or something like that, or like close
Yeah.
to finish.
Closely
Um,
70%. I'm still thinking on 60. I don't know though.
yeah. What is it? Tokyo's Revengers is literally after this
Final
week's
arc.
chapter. That bit probably like
Isn't it supposed to end in May? Anyway?
I haven't seen a time period for when it's ending, but I know it's like, I mean, after reading this week's chapter, it's definitely close.
Yeah. That's
What else is there? Demon Slayer's already done. Doctor Stone is literally about to finish.
Fire Force is
Uh,
done.
Fire Force is done. My Hero Academia is about to finish. So like we about to be moving into the new gen. Chainsaw Man Part 1, I guess people considered part of the new gen, is done. But I mean, we're getting
It
a Part
hasn't even
2, so I
come
don't know
out
if you
yet.
want to count that.
It hasn't even come out yet
Um,
either. So
yeah. Well, I'm saying like that part. It's part of that generation. I don't know if people want to say like, oh, Chainsaw Man Part 2 is technically a different one, but to me, it's just a continuation. I don't know. That's crazy. We're about to be in the new gen era.
I'm excited.
I'm too.
Me too, bro.
I
Me
want
too,
to.
bro.
I want to see what's coming out. What's new?
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
Yashimon, bro. That's gonna be part of the new gen.
the new gen,
Yeah, the new gen. That's what I'm calling it until we get
an official
an official
term.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, since we're talking about manga and new manga and shit.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's look. I'm just for the forewarning. I'm gonna warn you. This name is wild as hell. Just bear with us,
Just the
okay?
thought of this being an anime or
A
just the thought
manga.
of this being a manga is like,
So
bruh.
there's a light novel that got announced sometime this week that is getting a manga, and the name of this light novel is,
Oh.
and I quote, "Our classmates don't know we're having sex in your room. Why?"
Crazy.
Like, part of me
Wow,
wants to read the
yeah.
light novel just to see why is it named this? Because,
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. No.
but is it actually based on like something like this? Because like, you know how there's like isekais that got long ass names that really don't have much to do with like the actual
Is it wrong to
story.
try to pick up girls in the dungeon?
Yeah,
mean,
like
to be
that
fair, I feel like
literally. I am only 50 chapters deep, but like that has nothing to do with him trying to pick up a girl in a dungeon.
Nope. It just happens by accident.
Yeah.
I feel like most isekais, their long names are just miniature synopses of the story, though. I mean, maybe dungeon is a unique situation, but I feel like most isekai I've watched where they had a long name, it was just that time I got reincarnated as a vending machine, and then they get reincarnated as a vending machine. Like it just tells you what's gonna happen.
I
So
don't
I'm a
know.
spider. So what? Yeah, they're a spider. So what?
Yeah, but
Like,
like
Phantom Troop.
Phantom Troop.
yeah,
I don't know. I'm just very plus I'm like, is this actually a manga or is this gonna be like one of those like hentai mangas? Like I don't what the fuck is the context to this?
Hey Diego, I'm gonna need you to read it and then let me know how it is so I don't have to read it. Thanks.
Yeah, like I'm
Now
like
let me
the
know how it.
self-sacrifice for
Yeah.
just because like this is how they get me, bro. Like I just hear some wild ass shit or read some wild ass shit, and then I'm like, what's going
Just
on?
admit it, Diego. You're horny. Just
I
admit
mean
it.
that too, but like all right, well
Adrian, you gonna read it?
Fuck no.
all right,
Hey, not
well
even Adrian that horny, bro. You
nah,
dumb
bro,
bad.
we're wholesome in here. You know why we're wholesome in here? Because we're about to talk about Komi can't communicate.
Ooh, wholesome. Yes,
So-
sir.
Call me.
So I don't know what's going on with like this fans having expectations for like the exact release date, but you remember last week we had the whole conversation about Demon Slayer, or the week before, I don't know, but fans were expecting Demon Slayer to come out in April next year, and now fans are expecting that Komi Can't Communicate Season 2 was going to drop specifically on April 6th. I don't know where these motherfuckers are getting like this info from, but I'm about sick of all these fans being like, "Oh, it's going to come out on this day, and if it doesn't come out on this day, then it's not
Well,
valid."
actually, I hate to ruin the your rant about
there
how
actually
anime
a
fans
reason?
are. Yes.
What is it?
So the official Komi Twitter posted a poster,
Mhm.
a little poster teaser art for the next season with the release date.
Then why can't these articles just be more concise? Because
Yeah, it's
now I'm
coming
mad
back.
at the fucking article because I'm like, why can't you just say that there's a poster that says April 6th? Why do you have to say fans expect it on April 6th?
Yeah, it's confirmed April 6th for sure.
Oh, so that's
Still,
nice.
Demon Slayer fans are capping. They're not capping, but they're tripping.
If you guys watched last week's episode, you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Should
There's
I watch
literally...
Komi Can't Communicate?
I don't
mean,
think
you
you'll
probably
like
won't
it,
like
but...
it,
I
but
don't
hey,
think you will like it. To
it's
be
pretty good,
honest.
bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's I think it's the first 100. Like I saw, what was it called?
You're lying, April.
No. I didn't really
Yes.
care for that. Yeah, but I'm talking about the one that I liked. Your Name. I watched a movie called Your Name. I really, really liked it. It was my first like just straight up romance movie. And then from there, Comey was like my first just slice of life show that I actually liked. And I'd watched others before. Like I watched Fruits Basket, but I didn't really get into it. But Comey's just fun to watch. It's very like hype and energetic for being just like
And it's funny as
slice of
shit.
life.
It's
Oh,
so
it's so
funny.
funny, bro. I really don't think you'll like
Ooh.
it, Brennan. To be honest, ain't no fights, ain't nothing hype. I mean, ain't no hype fights in it or anything like that. It's literally
I
just
mean, I
some
don't
kids
need
hanging out.
fights to enjoy an anime.
All right, name one anime that you like that didn't have any fights.
Well, there's a difference that you don't like fights or you didn't watch necessarily for the fights. Because, like, for example, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Like, I actually really enjoy that anime, and that I would argue that's not like the fighting isn't really important in it.
All right, fair.
It is,
Okay.
but isn't. I wouldn't classify it as like a super action heavy anime. I mean, Diego's reading it. He
Yeah,
should be
it's
able to see
not...
like,
It's not action heavy like that.
yeah.
All right, you know
Hold
what?
on,
You know
I
what?
gotta
How
think
about this? How
about
about this?
everything I've watched.
No. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. How about this? Watch it. Watch it like an
Yo,
episode or
watch
two.
it, and then like next week or something
Yeah.
for What is Weebly Weedin', fucking give us your breakdown for it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll think about it.
All right. All right, and then last piece of news, it's not really news, but you know, Elden Ring came out this week, right? Was it this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, and in Elden Ring, there's a bunch of tributes to Berserk and Star Wars apparently, but mostly just Berserk. There's like, I saw this one post that broke down like 5 different things that are tributes to Berserk, and I would like
seen-
specify what they are, but I don't want to spoil the game for you.
No, you can say it because.
Well, there was, I think there's like a Valkyrie in Elden Ring that has like armor that is literally exactly the same as one of the Berserk characters. I don't know who it is. I don't
I'm
know.
assuming it's gonna be Griffith because it's like, is it like white armor with a hawk beak?
Yeah.
Griffith. Okay.
Yeah, and then there's like a grave that says something that I
grave.
guess is an ode to
I'm
Berserk.
not gonna say it in case. I'm not gonna say it just because that's for y'all to like read.
Yeah.
But that hurts. It hurts me.
And like
RP
it doesn't really count, but you know, the Tree of Life, and there's also a Tree of Life that looks exactly the same in Berserk, but like it's a tree of life. There's a tree of life in everything. And I forget what the last one was. Oh, it's like there's like this wolf monster that has a sword, like a huge ass sword, and it looks exactly like a manga panel where like one of the introduction shots or whatever. It looks exactly like the manga panel from Beserk.
That one's tricky because I literally just watched a TikTok, and in one of the old Dark Soul games, there was a wolf that was like that, and like
Yeah.
the one wolf in the Dark Soul games doesn't look as like old and raggedy as this one.
Yeah.
So that could also just be a
Yeah,
callback to one of the
that
Dark
one.
Soul.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I was
thinking
literally
too.
just about to say that. Cuz like there's a few debatable ones, but like the Griffith one is like 1,000%, and I guess that grave too. And there's one
You can
other, but
also
I
say
don't remember what it is.
the prison so there's a prisoner character that you can choose, and that looks very similar to a thing in Berserk as well. Adrian should know what I'm talking about.
For
The prisoner in the prisoner character in Elden Ring looks like a character that's in Berserk with the helmet and stuff.
oh, I didn't think about it like that just cause
You're one of the only people who didn't think about it like that.
I don't know. I feel like that's weird. I mean, I guess you can say like that, but that's not me.
All right. Well, and then there's one for Star Wars. I forgot what it was already because I don't care. I think you said
You're trash, bro.
Darth Maul's
There's
lightsaber or
a
some shit.
twin. There's like something in the game called like Twin Blade or something like that, and it's basically like having Darth Maul's lightsaber. Like the blades catch on fire and everything.
Oh, that's actually cool.
Yeah, I'll send you the video so you can see. I sent it to Adrian. It's actually super sick.
True.
Yeah, it looks so dope. I can't wait to get that when I do.
So, since we're done with the news, let's break down this Attack on Titan episode, boys.
Alrighty. So, what do you?
First of all, spoilers, obviously. If you haven't watched it by now, then you definitely should. And then come back and listen to this.
Fuck, I'm trying to remember how this started off.
It starts off with Hanji shooting some fucking soldiers, boy.
Oh yeah, she's sniping fools.
Yeah. I watched it yesterday, and that's how I know. For once.
Listen, that's a dub in my book.
But yeah, she what? Okay, actually, before we move on, at the end of her like shooting these two dudes dead straight off rip, she's crying, and like I don't want to just make the assumption that she's crying because she's killing people who probably don't deserve it. But like Javen, Adrian too, can you break down why she's crying specifically? If there even is a reason?
I believe she's crying because those are literally old comrades of her, but she has to kill them.
You're right.
Like she has no other choice. She's fighting for her life, and they're literally gonna kill her. So she gets killed by her comrades, or she kills them.
True. See,
and
like, there's like a bunch. Okay, I'm just forewarning both of you. There's a bunch of moments in this episode that I have questions about because, like, I feel like they didn't do enough explaining for some of these moments.
Sure.
So, after Hanji shoots,
Wait, do you just want to ask the questions as we go?
I'm gonna ask the questions as we go.
Okay, sure.
So, after Hanji finishes off those two poor saps that were following her and Levi, it cuts to her fixing up Levi's face, and you get to see that crazy ass scar that he's gonna have all across his face. And then she's like giving herself like this little monologue, and asks, Levi, like, what if we just run away and just live our lives out here? And then, Levi just pops up, being awake, declaring that he wants to kill Zeke. Was there anything else significant in their conversation? Because I really don't remember their conversation that well.
Not really, other than Levi was kind of telling her, it's like, no, we can't go off on our own.
Yeah.
Because now we gotta save the fucking world and kill the Beast Titan.
Yeah. And then
I don't even think they showed how Levi was just able to, because they never really went back into it, right? They never like showed the explosion.
No, he just said that like Zeke was fully prepared to die, and it caught him off guard. I think I don't remember.
Yeah. So how out in the manga, it literally is just him putting the sword right under him, like he's stepping on the blade itself, but like sideways, and he kind of protects himself, but has to like blade launch him back a little bit, so he takes a minimal amount of damage.
So that's why he put like his hand in front of his face to kind of like signify that.
this sort.
I think I think
No,
in that moment he was just looking at his hand, but now that's
yeah.
crazy because I completely forgot that happened in the manga, and now that Adrian just mentioned it, like
See,
it's
like, I
vivid.
feel
Like I
like
just read
there's
it.
a handful of moments in this episode that either they're going to call back to later or they just skipped shit and just assumed that we would
Oh
understand what's
yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
No, listen, there's definitely things that will be more explained in the next episode for sure.
Okay.
But as far as Levi's blocking that, I don't know if we're gonna see it. To be honest, they might have
I
just
don't see.
skipped it.
Yeah, I think they just
That's
skipped it
weird.
because I don't see another place, another time where they could just drop that like little thing, little clip of Levi doing it, unless it's later down the line when they see the final battle.
Okay.
So
See, to be fair, and I want to ask Brandon this because he didn't read this part of the manga. Do you feel weird not seeing how Levi survived, or do you just assume like Levi just got lucky and it's Levi?
Well,
Um,
Hanji did say he didn't die because he's an Ackerman. Like, that was her assumption.
I mean, I just like
I
I'm
didn't
so
say
used to
so.
anime
You
and
know,
like shit happening and me being like, oh shit, they might be dead, and then them just come back like, and it's just they're just really messed up. So it didn't really like affect me. It wasn't like a man, I wonder how he survived. I was just like, I like, I mean, they do be kind of built different, so I ain't gonna I ain't gonna say nothing. Um, so yeah, I mean, I didn't really question it. I guess like it just wasn't something I ever thought like, how the hell this man not die? I mean, obviously, I'm like, how he not die? But I'm not like, bruh, in real life, you wouldn't survive that. No, no, no. It's like, bruh,
I
I
think
understand it's
John
an
Crap.
anime.
I mean, to be fair, at the same time, you could. Like, there's some people who have survived grenades point fucking blank in front of them.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't something that I looked at and was like, bro, that's BS, or like, bro, how the hell you do that? Like, it's an anime, bro. How the hell are these people turning into giant naked humans and eating people? I don't know. Is
All right. Well, after that, they cut forward to Hanjian having that conversation with Pike, and so I want to make a comment. I feel like it's just so weird seeing like them have a civil conversation, and I thought it was cool that Peak like acknowledged that Hanji like knows more about Titans than even Marley does, and Marley's been building weapons to fight them like crazy.
They literally have weapons to turn people into Titans. They literally have Titan shifters. They know from like however long they've been like had them. So like
Yeah, and like they're
having
like the
Hanji
leading
know,
authority of like how to fight a Titan.
yeah. So Peak saying, "Damn, you know a lot more. You know a lot about Titans more than Marley," is a really insane statement and shows how much Hanji has put for effort into like researching Titans when they literally didn't even know about this till like a couple years ago.
Yeah. But
It's probably because Marley had like they don't really they don't fully grasp how the founding ability works compared to, I mean, I guess no one really does, but at least I guess Hanji just knows more, bro. What can we say?
true. After that it cuts to Mikasa having that conversation with that one chick, right?
No, it does into yeah, Connie and Falco in the woods
Yeah,
and
yeah,
in the
yeah,
camp,
you're right. You're right. My bad.
and Connie's like having like a like he's thinking about it. It's like, damn, what would Sasha say? Sasha might understand, right?
No, she wouldn't.
So yeah, she wouldn't. I don't think she would.
She'd say he's
So
stupid as fuck, just like he knows he is.
yeah, but he's just having this crisis. We then go to the village, and even Falco knows this village. I
I thought it was so funny that like Connie is so ridden with guilt that like he was just making mistakes left and right because Falco was just like, "Yeah, I heard you talking." And when
yeah.
I
So
when I
Connie was
first
like,
watched it, I thought he
unbelievable.
said he was talking in his sleep, but I guess Falco just actually heard him talking to himself and was just pretending to sleep.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. He just like, I heard the conversation with yourself. I'm
I'm
like,
just
oof.
like I thought that they were just having him talk out loud for like flair and he wasn't actually talking out loud. But it just really sent home how stupid Connie is, that he's really talking out loud when he's planning on killing the dude right in front of him. But I also thought that it was a nice like bluff to where he was like, "Oh, we're just brushing the teeth of this Titan because you don't get to do that every day."
That was so funny. It's like,
I
you
was
think
like,
about like, why the fuck do you
yeah,
need to
and then
brush your teeth for?
Falco's looking at him like, "What?" And I'm like, I would have that reaction too. I totally get that.
Yeah, and as soon as that happens, you see
Gabby
Gabby
and
and
Armin.
Armin coming together, and Connie freaks out, takes Falco as hostage. He said, "No, not this time. You stay away from me and Falco. He's gonna turn my mom back to normal. He's the only way." Armin says, "Nah, fuck that. Now I know what I had to do." And the sacrifice. He thought of Erwin, because same way how
Because he's
Erwin
still
sacrificed
racked
himself.
with that survival's guilt.
Same way how Erwin's like sacrifice himself. He wanted to do so just so Connie doesn't like start a new reason why Marley would hate the Eldians on the Paradise Island, even though there's nothing more they could do to like not hate them.
Yeah.
So
And then
so
Connie folds like I knew he would, because he's a
mhm.
fucking bitch. But yeah, he folded, and I look, as much as I give Connie shit, I was very proud of him during this episode, because after Armin tries to jump into his mom's mouth, Connie saves Armin, and he's like, "Why would you do that?" And Armin was like, "Well, I am going to sacrifice so you can bring your mom back." And Connie's like, "What would my mom think of me? She told me that I was going to be a good soldier, but I almost just killed my best friend and a random kid." And and then he's like, "I want to be the soldier that my mom would be proud of." And that made me proud of Connie, because I'm
Yeah, I
like,
finally looked
and
at
he's
it
getting
as a different
some very
perspective
much
other than
needed,
being stupid.
character development after 4 years of him not getting any character development. He finally gets some character development, and I'm very happy about that.
And then now we get into Mikasa and the chick.
Okay,
That bitch asking for a scarf back, which was funny. That
who
bitch is on her
I don't
deathbed.
know if I'm just dumb, but who was that chick who had Mikasa's
So
scarf?
do you remember when this is first season?
That's why I
So
don't remember.
one, yeah, there's a Titan, that abnormal Titan, that just runs through, almost doesn't go through a wall, but there's a load of people just in the entranceway because some merchant just didn't want to lose his merchandise, and this was blocking a whole door, and that abnormal Titan was about to kill him all right then and there. Mikasa saved all of them, and I guess it was one of the children's
Yeah.
that saw her, and she's like admired her ever since that day, and she became the soldier. I thought that was a nice little callback because I never thought
Yeah, I
anything
didn't
about
think
her
that
till
that
like the
was like
next season.
but have we seen her on screen before? Cuz I don't remember her
Yeah,
name. I don't remember where we've seen her, like.
I believe we seen her the first part of season 4. I don't remember what she did per se. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
I
because like
just
when they
remember
did like that little flashback to her standing next to Aaron while Aaron was like in like that chair, I was like, I don't remember that scene like whatsoever.
Yeah, that was new. We were getting her. We haven't seen that before.
Okay, so we've
yeah.
never seen her before up until that point.
No, She
No,
just
we
had
no. I'm
different roles. Like
Where
she did
though?
something,
in
and
part 1 of season 4.
yeah,
But
I don't know
where?
exactly what
My
she did.
question is
She's a
where.
she was a Jaegerist. She was with Flock. She
Okay.
helped Aaron. She was with Aaron when he escaped. She was doing all that stuff.
Okay, so she was just a background character.
I mean, no, she had dialogue with Mikasa. I just don't remember. I just I'm
I
literally with
don't.
Adrian too. I remember it, but I also don't because it was very minor.
Okay, so she was just
Yeah,
an insignificant ass character, just like I thought. All right.
Uh,
a little
yeah,
bit.
story wise, yeah. Thematically,
No.
a little bit. It,
I say
it's
it's a nice
it's
little
stuff.
callback.
Yeah, it's a
It,
nice callback, but I was just like, who is this chick? Why does she have Mikasa's scarf? And then when Mikasa was just like, give me that shit back, I was like, thank you.
honestly, her role right now is 100% insignificant. I feel like, and it won't really make sense until the second watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole point, bro.
No, it's not.
Isayama,
Literally, that
he's gonna
scene
give
was
you
needless.
he's gonna
Just
give
leave her scarf where it was and just
No, that's the thing though, bro.
Bro, that
It's not. It's
scene did not
pointless.
matter. That scene was
You
just
think it doesn't matter
filler.
because you haven't watched, you haven't
That scene was
finished the
filler, bro.
story.
That
No,
scene
it
was
wasn't.
filler.
Nah, it's not filler.
That scene was
They need
1000% filler.
Bro, how can
bro.
you say that to the people who know the entire story?
Bro, because you're telling me right now that that conversation that the both of them had actually had some impact on Mikasa?
All right, fine. Tell the manga readers. Tell the manga readers that you know more about the
I'm
characters and
not
the
saying
development.
that I know more. I'm saying that I can guarantee you if that scene never fucking happened, it wouldn't change a thing.
All right, perhaps you're right on that front.
Thank
But
you. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I was like, we go back to Connie, Armin, Gabby, and Falco. They go and reach like a little recovery camp spot where people are just eating food. They talking about the next plan or the next move, I guess. And they also find out
That Annie is
Annie.
sitting right next to them, which I thought was the funniest coincidence.
So it really was funny
I
because
was
that
like,
bitch
what are
was
the odds? Like, that festival is huge, and they're sitting right next to one another. But,
like
they ran
her
into one
name
another
chokes up
and
and
decided
she
to dip. Also, I just want to understand what, like, I don't get why they were just so buddy with Annie all of a sudden. Is it just because like they realize that they don't have to fight one another anymore, and like Annie realizes that too?
I think Annie probably realized that, and I think talking to Armin, she's not like as hostile as maybe if she was like going against Levi or Mikasa per se. Like that might have been a little bit contentious. Like she probably would have ran away from that. But since it was Armin, she could probably reach her better. And Connie too is like he's not like a smart character. He's not gonna really think too much about things. And plus, she's with Falco and Falco and Gabby. So then
Yeah,
once
but does
she's
she
like,
know who Falco and Gabby are?
yeah, they. Ooh,
Because like if she did, then that would make sense. But I feel like she wouldn't because they would at least they would be super young when she w- even if I don't even know if she met Reiner's family because it never looked like her and Reiner were that close. I just feel like I feel like they needed to play out that conversation for it to make sense to me because them just disappearing and just Annie leaving a note for Hitch, which is kind of fucked up low key, but like I just feel like that was like super weird. And like I just didn't understand how they just were like, yeah, it's Annie. You tried to kill us. We're cool. Let's go. Like that doesn't that's like a huge fucking leap in logic for me at least. Like
Well, I would like to say, keep in mind, they're kind of following Armin at that point, and obviously Armin is not hostile towards her at all. He's been talking to her for the past 4 years.
yeah, but
She also
Mikasa
knows what
also tried to
happened.
kill her and she also tried to
Yeah,
kill Mikasa. So
but
like
Mikasa wasn't there at that point. It was just Connie, Gabby, and Armin.
and
Um,
Falco.
and Falco, and like they probably like caught her up on things at first. Connie is Connie at this point isn't really looking at anyone with any hostile intent. Like after the Falco thing, he's really like
Yeah, he literally
he's back
pointed
to the
and laughed at her the
lighthearted.
moment he
Yeah,
noticed her.
he's back to the kind-hearted kind of like, you know, ease of tension type of character, which he played that exact character in that scene. And I would just argue that like Armin would probably talk to her. There was probably like no real reason for them to fight. Like
Yeah, but like
Annie's
being
been awake and they
standoffish to one
know. Hold
another
on,
is
hold on,
what
hold on. But
my like immediate.
Annie, no, because Armin already kind of wanted to see Annie because
Yeah, but
they've had like this thing. Like Annie was already, think back to season 1. Annie already had like let Armin live that one time. So
I
it
get
showed that
that,
she
but I'm
didn't
just saying
necessarily want to
like
kill
she's trying to
them. And
hide.
so
So why would she
I
just be
mean,
like, "Oh, it's
not
cool." Like
to
Yeah,
be
but she
fair,
knows she's fine with Armin. She like Armin's not gonna do
I
anything.
don't know.
and
I
plus
feel
you
like
can't
that's
like
a
go
huge
to a
leap
time she's
in.
surrounded by like Jaegerists and other people that can like fuck her up potentially. So even if she does run, it's not like she's gonna run. She's gonna be able to run far. They're gonna catch up to her, and if she turns into a Titan, she's gonna like get put
Attract more
down easy.
attention.
Yeah.
I don't
So it's
know.
kind of like she doesn't even have a choice.
I just feel like we should have been shown the conversation that they had, because them like going from that scene to the next time that we see like Annie with them, I'm like, where is the hey, we're cool, so let's go do this? Like, where is that? Because that whole leap to just them being there and then Annie just chilling with Connie, Falco, and Armin, like, during that whole plan thing, like, it just, I don't know, it just made no
Because the
sense to me.
stakes are different.
I understand that, but they still need to have a conversation for me, because none of that made any sense. I understand her and Hitch, because her and Hitch had to have that conversation for Annie's sake and both Hitches, but there was no ease of tension fucking ever between those four characters, or at least Connie and Annie.
Because the only tension that would have been had was realistically Mikasa and Annie. But that's not a big enough.
But again, the next
That's
time
not
that
a
we
big enough
see
thing to make a
Annie,
whole big deal
her and
about it.
Mikasa are together, just acting all cool. Which is
Yeah, I know,
which
but
is
what I'm
I'm
saying
saying is we needed. I feel like there's a conversation there that we needed to see for me to like not be like, what the fuck is this?
But I feel like, I mean, to be fair, I feel like I see what you're saying, but you gotta also see what we're saying.
No, because
I mean, I ain't saying nothing yet,
I feel
actually.
like there needs to be a conversation there to justify why they're all buddy buddy. I don't.
So are you talking about just Armin, Connie,
No, I'm
Gabby, and
talking
Falco,
about
and
Annie
Annie,
and
or at the very end of
Mikasa.
the
I'm
episode?
talking about Annie and Mikasa and the end of
Alright,
the
alright,
episode.
alright, so
Because I get that they're just
but
following Armin at that point, but at the same time, they both tried to kill each other, and it
if
can't just be water under the bridge out of fucking frame. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
the only the all I can say is that at the when we started talking about this episode, you said that things felt rushed and a little bit confused, not confusing, but like there was things that were glossed over. That next episode is most likely going to answer a lot of your
Okay,
questions.
because
Now, as far as so I mean, and then even if it doesn't, I mean, what happened was 4 years ago, and like Brennan said, Mikasa is really like she's not really trying to make too many of her own decisions right now. She's just kind of following Armin's lead because
I
she
just
okay,
trusts
but
like
him.
if you're telling me that
again
you were
back to
hunted
4
by
years
one
ago.
person for weeks on end, and we're hunting this one person for weeks on end, just because they disappeared for 4 years, you wouldn't feel that same kind of animosity towards
But
them?
but also remember, Mikasa only really chased after Annie because Eren was chasing. Like, it wasn't like animosity towards each other. It was she was
Bro, she
following Eren.
threatened to kill Annie right in front of her face, like towards the end of the first season.
On this one, I actually will agree a little bit with Diego. Mikasa and Annie had
They
major beef.
major
Well, at
beef.
least Mikasa had beef with Annie.
Yeah.
Annie just was carrying out the mission. But
I mean,
that,
but we also have to think about the state that Mikasa's in. Like, Eren's literally like
yeah, that
completely
too.
like changed. Like, so she's
I
really
get that,
like.
but there still needed to be a conversation for any of this to make sense in my head. Because
And
this
it'll
just
all
feels
work
like
out
there's a
next
bunch of
episode.
shit that
Don't
they're
worry.
just skipping. I know, but
Every
I understand now that you're saying this, but this is I just don't I don't know. I don't know. Because it just gets worse as the episode goes on for me, because I don't by the end of the episode, I'm like, yeah, this Avengers moment is cool, but like at the same time, what the fuck, like, where the fuck did this happen? But
well, I never even got to talk about the scene where they find Annie. I would just like to say I thought it was hilarious. I was shook and surprised when I was reading the manga. I'm like, oh snap! I thought it was perfectly fine the way they reacted, because Armin's been talking to her for 4 years, so he's not gonna care. And they were kind of they were literally just talking about her.
yeah. I
Armin was
just
like,
feel like it
hey,
was
so I think
weird
that
how
she's out. Oh,
Connie was
you're
just
gonna let me talk right
I'm
now.
just
You
saying
shut the
okay.
frick.
I'm just saying I feel like it
uh,
was weird how Connie reacted, but
Not at all. I can explain it right now. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I was getting to this right now.
okay.
So they weren't surprised that she was there because, or I mean, they were, but they also weren't, because Armin was like, yeah. So I think she's actually free right now. Oh, look, there she is. And then I think specifically Connie's reaction was like that because of two reasons. One, he's a little slow. We all know it. Number two, bro, she was eating, stuffing her face. Who else does that, bro?
Sasha.
And quivering at the sight too. You see how she was just no way, they found me.
And then she swallowed, and then she took another bite, bro. Before she even responded to them, she took another bite, bro. She reminded him of Sasha, and so
I
I think it
think
makes sense that he laughed that hard because he's like, "Oh my god, ha ha ha," eating like
it's
Sasha,
also
bro.
out of character for her. Like he knows
True.
Annie as like the very serious, not even laughing, not smiling, probably barely even eating, like just a cold-hearted, like I'm finna beat your ass and just walk away type Annie. So then to flip flop and the first thing you see of her after 4 years of her stuck in a crystal is her stuffing her face with pie.
That's pretty funny.
Connie, Connie, of course, gonna laugh at that, bro. He just tried to kill a kid over his like for his mom. So now he's like, bruh,
What
at
is
this
that
point,
mental
what really
gymnastics that
matters?
you just did right there? What? I just tried to kill a kid, so yeah, this is funny as hell. What?
Well, because it's like he's past his breaking point. There is nothing that he's gonna hold animosity towards anymore. Like it's like he held animosity towards Falco and was gonna go and just drop him in his mom's mouth so that his mom comes back. But now he's gotten over that. He's past that. Like he's like, okay, I can't do this because Armin was willing to sacrifice his life to save my mom. Like that was clearly a dumb decision that I just made. So now it's
Oh, now it's a dumb
like
decision.
he
That's crazy. You had
It's
character
always been a
development over the
wait,
last
wait,
2
wait,
weeks. What?
wait. No,
no, I'm
it's
saying
always
that's
been
how
that.
Connie's thinking about it. Connie's like, that was stupid. Like, why'd I do that? Let me move forward. But now I feel like there's nothing that you can throw at him that's gonna like have him shaken like that or have him like doing something dumb like that. He's not gonna
This
act
is crazy,
rashly. Now
Jaden.
he's gonna laugh. He's just gonna be back to old Connie, which was just making jokes, laughing at stuff with Sasha, except, minus Sasha.
That's
I'm
crazy,
sorry. I'm
bro.
sorry, Diego. I 100% agree with Brennan.
Yeah.
Think about it like this. Like
I don't
he
know, cause like I can't pin Connie. I think that's part of what confuses me the most is because Connie's like the wild card for me because like he'll either do some dumb shit or he'll laugh at something or he'll take something super serious. So like given that like he has like that range of reactions, him just finding Annie funny after not seeing her for 4 years after all of the trauma that she gave all of them, it felt like it was more of like a I wouldn't have reacted that way, but go off. I don't know.
Oh, we should also mention he does understand her motives now. Like it's not just like cold-hearted, like she's on the Titan side anymore. It's like, oh, you were raised to hate us and to do a mission. Like,
true
you know what I mean? Like
the
now he
base and they found out
understands
everything.
like
Yeah.
like he's cool with Falco and Gabby. Gabby literally shot his best friend and he's sitting at a table eating with Gabby. So it's like there's also that progression of even though she doesn't know that he knows all that and like understands that now, we as a viewer can see that he's at an understanding that it's not like she like absolutely hated everyone and just wanted to kill everyone. Like she was on a mission. Like she was sent there specifically to do exactly what she did. So like I don't want to say like that should be 100% water under the bridge like you're saying, like yeah, there's probably like most people would feel weird, but just the state that they're in and then understanding that like it wasn't, I mean, it was personal, but you know what I mean, not personal like that. You know, I could understand how Connie wouldn't feel like animosity or anything, at least in that moment.
I guess. I don't know. But moving on. Next scene was the rally, right? With Flock and Jean and
I think
everything.
so. Think
Yes.
so.
It is.
Honestly, at first while watching that scene, seeing Jean standing right behind Flock was like crazy. And, I'll continue that thought once we get to it, but I think it's funny that like Mikasa is just aggressively not with the shits and like nobody says anything or does anything about it cuz like
I mean,
she's
who's
like
who's gonna
very
stop it?
much not a Jaegerist. She's like, "No, fuck that," to that one guy who is just like, "Oh, well why don't you, follow Jean's rule or follow Jean's lead?" This is where my confusion hit the fucking ceiling because so, Flock is showing off Yelena and a Yonkupan. Oyanki, I don't remember how to say his name.
You got it close.
Mm,
So he was showing off the both of them, and minor gripe, by the way. Everybody was telling him to shoot her, and like he genuinely looked like he was about to shoot her, and then he randomly on a whim was just like, "Nah, I'm not gonna shoot her. Let's talk about this boy right here, best boy."
Think about it like this, right?
It felt very convenient that he just look that this is just me. This
Nah,
is just
what?
me. This is just me. This is just me. It felt really convenient that he chose not to shoot her, and she was the riding factor on this little truce that them and Marley have, or them and Pike have. I'm just saying that it felt really convenient that was the case.
I have two responses to that. Number one, Flock, you know how Flock is, bro. He's a menace, bro. He
Yeah,
wanted
but
to
he
savor
had
the
no
moment,
exactly, and he was savoring the moment. So why not shoot her right there and then move on to a young Mr. Man? I'm just gonna call him Mr. Man.
bro. It's on Yakupov, bro.
I don't
It's
know
not
how
that
to.
bad.
I can't say it right now.
On
Call him
Yakuza.
Mr. O.
Mr. O. Mr. O. It sounds
Mr.
like
O.
Men in Black right now. Mr. O.
All right. Look, bro. Look, he was
He
like,
was
we're saving
savoring it
dessert.
up, bro. Everybody was
We're saving
cheering,
her for
shoot
dessert.
her, shoot her. Why are you gonna kill the innocent man before you kill the fucking chick who is the reason for this? Excuse me?
Look, that's fair, but
I think he
also,
really wanted to just kill on Yakupon because he was like very vocal about it. Where Yelena was just quiet for the most part. She's just like
Look,
dumbfounded
all
from
I'm
what
saying
happened.
is, Mr. O, that speech he gave, it was fire.
I mean,
He's
I
like, why
looked
would
at
I want to
looked at
live
it.
in a world with only you xenophobic shitheads? And I'm like, you spitting bars, bro.
spin bars for sure.
I looked at it as we all know Flock was 100% willing to shoot Yelena on the spot. Like, bruh, he
And I feel like it was in character
like
that he
down
should
for
have.
it, right? Well, but then he had Jean next to him, so maybe it was like he wanted to make sure Jean would kill Mr. O, like because he's not worried about Flock. Like he's like, I'll kill Flock when I want to kill Flock. I can bust her right now, yeah, but like.
Elena?
Or yeah, Yelena, like he could bust her right now, but also like let's see like what Gene has. Like, is he gonna shoot him? Is he not gonna shoot him? Because what if like now obviously Flock might not be this smart, but like it could have been like as soon as he went to go shoot Yelena, Gene could have shot him. So he wanted to make sure that Gene was on his side. So if Gene would have shot Mr. O, then Flock would have been like, I bet, like I don't gotta worry about it. He just killed him out of cold blood, so he ain't gonna do nothing if I shoot Yelena right here.
I don't know.
Not that Gene really has any reason to really protect Yelena, but he also has no reason to kill either of them. And like you can, I mean, at first, before this episode, because Gene was holding a good poker face, but at first Gene was like very like, "What are you doing?" Like he was visibly upset when Flock shot the one dude in front of him. So
I wouldn't say
you could tell
visibly upset. He was just done.
he was on his knees.
Bro, he sat there
Yeah,
with a
bro fell to the
straight ass
floor.
face. He's just like,
Because
what the fuck is
he had
this?
no reaction. He could how could you he's like he was dumbfounded, bro. He could make no reaction, bro.
Yeah, he was already on
Exactly.
his knees. If someone's just staring blank into space and just on their knees, bro, they're done. They're like mentally
Hmm.
they're
Yeah, but
good.
you said
Very
visibly in
exhausted.
distress. He was not visibly in distress. He just fell to his like to the ground and was just like, what the hell is this? That's not
Yeah,
visibly.
that to me is
That is not visibly.
is
If he
visibly
started crying,
distressed.
that is visibly distressed. Or he,
No, the pose is the visible part.
Yeah.
I
To see someone, Diego, if you
disagree.
watch someone drop to their knees and just stare at the floor after something traumatic happened, that's not visibly like, damn, that affected them to you.
It is, but when you say visibly, I'm like, he's making a face. He clearly looks out of it, all of that, but he just was sitting there chilling after a while. Like he didn't stand up when
I don't think
Mikasa
he
showed
was
up. He
chilling.
just kept sitting there.
That even shows you how more
Yeah.
dumbfounded.
Yeah,
he
I
was.
don't.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
disagree. I don't know.
All right, wait, that's fine. We're arguing like literally vocabulary and definitions here. We need to be arguing this episode.
So, anyways,
Anyway.
when Homeboy pointed his gun at Mr. O, and it like god tier panned out while the gunshots were happening. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, did this man really just kill the most innocent motherfucker in this entire scene?
John
I
did
gotta
it,
lie.
bro.
I was really like, damn, Gene really just went savage mode. Like the blank face, just straight up, just bah.
Yeah, I teared up instantly because I was like, there ain't no way he just killed the one innocent person in all of this.
You know what?
Barely even let him finish his speech, bro.
I
I
know.
don't even blame you guys. I don't know about you, Adrian, but when I was reading it and I saw the bang bang text, I was like,
Dude, I thought he died too.
John.
I'm like, yo, John, no, what are you doing?
Okay, thank God I wasn't alone in that. But yeah,
Bro, this
so
whole episode had moments like that when I was reading. Like when Armin dropped down, I'm like, no, say it ain't so, bro. John shoots, I'm like, no, like constantly this episode, bro.
Yeah, it's
see,
like
I wasn't
so many
really that
kills.
worried with Armin because I knew Connie would fold.
Yeah,
But
same. I was assuming Connie would save him,
I
but
didn't think Armin was
John,
gonna actually like go for it though. That's the
yeah,
one thing.
that was
same. I
I
didn't think
didn't
he'd get
think
to
he
the
was
point where
gonna
he
go
dropped.
for it. When he went for it, I was like, ain't no fucking way.
Oh wait. Before we move on real quick though, I would like to say though that Brennan earlier was saying that Flock might have been concerned about John. I actually think the opposite. I actually think that Flock 110%
Believe
trusts
Gene.
Aaron's old friends, and at least Gene, because Flock probably remembers John like as just that guy who was just like an a-hole when they were
Hmm.
younger.
He
So
did mention though what happened to living a good life in the King's like thing or
Exactly.
whatever.
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm thinking that if because obviously John shooting 4 times was the signal. So
Sus.
there was a plan. So I feel like if since Flock trusted John, maybe John either talked to him and said, "Hey, let me kill Onyankopan first, ahead of time,"
But that's another
because like
thing, bro. That's
yeah, I know it's
if
assumptions,
that
but
that's
also
the thing is if that was the case, they should have shown that.
but then that ruins that reveal in the moment.
I
There
guess.
wasn't
Because then
enough
you know
time
he's
in the
plotting
episode to show
something.
it after.
Yeah.
I guess, but here's my issue with that because that's like I get if that's just a bluff or whatever, but Pike coming out of nowhere and grabbing all three of them, I'm like, where the fuck did they agree on this? Where was this conversation? And again, you could be, oh, well, it's just a reveal. There's no surprise if you know it's coming, but they didn't explain it whatsoever in this episode.
They didn't have
I'm
the time
I'm
to. The
I'm
episode
in
had to
s-
end.
I'm in
Yeah.
such a weird place because I understand what Diego's saying, but I completely disagree. Like I was not surprised that Pete came in at all. Like I wasn't surprised by anything because I was just like yeah. I mean, I'll give you the like. It was crazy that they got Jean and Mikasa in on the plan, considering like, damn, yeah. When did they have time to see? But then again, you think about it, they were in the city in the festival. So it's not like Armin's not allowed to go in and out of that stronghold. Like he can go in and out of that as he pleases with Gabby and Falco. So it's not like he can't gain access to talk to Mikasa or Jean. So like for me, it wasn't 100% like a crazy like when did this happen type of thing. I was just more of like, dang, that's smart, or like, dang, that's crazy. They actually like
Look,
pulled that off. Like
for
I wasn't
me,
surprised by any of it though.
this is the most just making assumptions that I've ever had to do with this whole fucking show. It's the most making assumptions that I've ever had to do with this show because I would
But
have had
like,
to assume that there was a conversation about a ceasefire between Mikasa and Annie, like I talked about. I had to assume that there was a point in time in which not only did Jean and Armin and everybody talk to one another, but they also had to meet up with Hanji, Mikasa, Peak, and Magath and have a whole ass conversation when you don't even see them anywhere near this fucking city earlier in the show. So there's a bunch of mental gymnastics that you got to do right there, and that's the word for today. For today, by the way, I just love saying mental gymnastics. I don't know, but then on top of that, you got to assume that like there's so much assumptions in this one fucking episode.
You know what? You're not. You know what? You're not wrong. But I just want to say that since watching
And you have
Attack
to
on
make the
Titan,
assumption that Flock isn't just gonna off both of them on a fucking whim. Because to your point, Flock's a fucking psycho. Flock does whatever the
right.
fuck
You're
he wants.
absolutely right.
You gotta make the
Plan could've went
assumption
wrong.
that Flock wouldn't
Right.
just be like, yeah, bang, bang, let's move on. Like,
You're right.
there's
You're
so
right.
many
You're right. Hey,
fucking
dog,
assumptions. There's so many
he'd be like,
assumptions.
no, you're right about Flock, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Flock could have killed him and then looked at John and said, bro, I was in the moment, bro.
That's
Change
what
your
I'm
plan.
saying. And then on top of that, at the end of the episode, again, I'm jumping, but then they talk about how fucking or actually after this scene, wasn't it? They talk about how Yelena was the whole point for this like
Yo,
truce.
you're yelling. Chill.
I'm sorry. But they talk about how Yelena's the whole, like, the whole, everything hinges on that. So what happened if Flock was just like, yeah, I'm killing Yelena? What would have happened with Gina and Yankipon? Would he had to have killed a Yankipon? Like, I don't know. It just...
Bro, all I'm saying, you're thinking way too much.
No,
Yeah,
because
I
there's so
think
much
you're-
shit that you have to assume. And that's the,
but this
again,
is-
that's
this is
the
the thing.
most
This is the
assumptions
thing,
that I've
though.
ever had to make in
But
all of this
but
show.
see,
And I hated that.
you're making the assumptions. You know Attack on Titan. You know they're most likely gonna touch on at least most of these things
Again,
in a later
but
episode.
the whole reason why I'm saying is that this is the most that they've had to just glaze over some shit, and then we just have to assume that it's either, you know, we're just not gonna see it and assume what happens, or it's gonna
But
get us.
again,
My point, Brennan, is this episode had the most. Oh, it might get explained later. Oh, maybe I just don't get to see any of this out of the any given episode in this entire fucking anime. The
I
most of that
understand
in
that,
this entire anime,
but what I was
which is
gonna
what pissed me
say,
off and what I don't like about this episode.
it's kind of like with the Hanji and Levi situation. Like, dude, that Magar, like, literally, homie could have capped Levi and capped Hanji like that. Just like how Flock could have capped both Yelena and Mr. O. Like
No,
both of them
because
literally could have done that.
MacArthur, whatever the fuck his name is, isn't a psycho.
It's
he
sane. Yeah,
he
he's actually sane. He has
understands that there is
sanity.
value to letting both of them live.
No, yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, Levi played that card, and, like,
I don't really
yes,
feel like
he does
Levi
have more
needed to play that
sanity.
card. I feel like if they
Well,
went up
but
to them and explained the situation and explained where they stand, MacArthur would be like, well, Hanji's, you know, the expert with Titans.
that's not my point,
Levi's
though.
one
That's
of
not
their
my
best
point.
soldiers.
Hold
It'll
on,
probably
Diego,
be
that's not
a good idea to keep them alive.
that's not my point. My point is, it's like, at this point, you, like, whether it's fraternizing with the fruit night, whatever the word is, with the enemy, and yeah, there you go. Whether it's doing that and, like, just taking your chance, hoping they don't kill you, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. You know what I mean? Like, or if you got to put your feelings aside for, you know, a couple days until you can at least halt what's going on around you, and then you can kind of hash that out, then that's what you got to do. And again, like, I didn't make those assumptions you made just because I'm like, again, Armin has the freedom, and Falco and Gabby, they really, I mean, I don't know about Falco and Gabby. Since they're with Armin, that's
They
probably
don't
why
know,
they get the pass. Yeah,
Okay,
but like,
but
that's since they're with him, that's probably why they got a pass, like, into Flock's little kingdom thing he's got going on, whatever that is. Um, like, since they're with Armin, they probably get a pass because, like you said, or like I think Jay said, Flock trusts all of Aaron's, like, close friends at this point. If that's what we're gonna assume, so he trusts he trusts Armin, so he's not gonna question what Armin's doing. So then Armin is then gonna talk to Mikasa. Hey, we found Annie. We have this plan. We need you to go along with it. Mikasa's not going to be like, no, I'm not going to fight or I'm not going to team with Annie. Like, she's not going to do that. Her mental state is already messed up. She's not trying to cause more problems anyways. That's what I'm assuming. So she's going to just follow Armin so that it's like the easiest way. Follow Armin. That's what she knows right now. Because before, in my opinion, it was follow Aaron. Now it's just, I don't know what to do. The next closest person I have is Armin. I'ma follow him. Now, I'll agree with you though. It's crazy how they did do the Peak and Hanji and Levi meeting up with Armin and them.
see, that right
because
there is the straw that broke the camel's back. Because if they showed us that, everything that I've been confused about and like, what the fuck is this? I would have been fine. But they didn't show that there was a conversation between those two groups, and they were just like, yeah, you know, Pike's just gonna come out of fucking nowhere and grab Jean, Yelena, and Mr. O, and then everything's fine. Avengers moment, boom, we're done. Like,
no, that's like I said, I'll give you that one. That one is like you kind of got to stretch. But then again, you got to also think Connie's journey with Falco was clearly, like, visibly in the episode at least like a day or two long, and it took them 10 minutes to pan from Connie's village into them being back in the festival, like inside the walls,
yeah, but
or what used to be inside the wall. So like they skipped over a whole like at least 2 days
my point
or
is
day.
that they could have just panned to another moment. They don't even have to show any dialogue. They could have just panned to another moment of those two groups heading towards the city, cut out that fucking Mikasa thing, and
You really don't like
You
that
know
one?
what?
dude,
You know what?
I have so many criticisms of this one episode. You do not fucking understand.
But like the point where I was going with what I was saying is like you see how like you looked at it and you felt like you had to assume so many
But
things.
you also
I
made
looked at it.
assumptions. You just made assumptions that were like, oh, everything just worked out fine. Where I'm like, this anime does not do this shit to where, oh, everything's just fine. You know, don't worry about it. Like, everything happens for a reason. They show everything that happens that's big, at least. And this is the first
like,
quote unquote big thing that they don't show us anything for, because that's a big moment. You know, Annie and Mikasa just water under the bridge. Like, that whole plan that's being set up to deceive Flock and save Yelena and Yakupan, like those are all big moments that I feel like should have at least had some explanation or inclination that it was happening.
I mean, they did. John literally just said they made the plans last night, but that was the only things we got from the episode.
That's what I'm saying, though, is that like they should have shown that then.
But like what I'm saying is,
bro, it all comes back to fuck the Mikasa scene.
You know what? You're right, bro. You're right.
Because that Mikasa scene, you could have fit in them talking about the plan. It would have been quick, sure, fine, whatever the fuck. But
yeah, I guess. Well, here's actually why I don't think that they would show that scene in this episode. The reason why is simply because I think they just really wanted to end the episode on that Avengers moment, which I think was a great way to end the episode.
It was a great way to end the episode. It was a shit
ending
episode,
it there,
but
what?
Dude, if this was any other fucking anime, we would all be talking about how this fucking episode made no sense.
Yeah, if it was like episode 1 of an anime, I'd be surely inclined to agree with you. But with Attack on Titan,
but again,
like I was
if it was
earlier,
any other anime, we would all be in agreement right now.
Okay, but there's a difference between being at the end of an anime and something like this happening and starting an anime and something like this happening. What I just said was for any anime. If it's later in the anime, I'm gonna be like, oh well, it's coming to a close, so we're gonna get answers soon. Like for any anime, because like for example, the Mikasa scene, I took that more of them trying to explain. I know this is completely late. I wasn't really talking. To be honest, I was barely paying attention when y'all were talking about these scenes. I didn't really give a shit. But like the Mikasa scene, yes, it was like weird because I had the same reaction. I was like, "Who is this chick?" Like I'm like, clearly I missed something because I don't know who this chick is.
I watched it twice because I was like, maybe it'll click, but it never did.
Yeah, but then I thought about it, and it wasn't about who she was talking to and really what they were talking about. I thought of it more of like this girl follows Aaron at this point, at least she's following Aaron, and she's like saying like she literally was like saying like, yo, I wanted to be just like you, like praising her. And like most people would like say some like heartfelt thing to her, right? Like that's most people's reaction. And Mikasa's just like, yo, give me my scarf back. I think that was to show that like right now we're watching Mikasa go against Eren. So like it's a really weird position for her to be in considering she's always followed him. But her holding on to that scarf, even though she's hearing someone who worked closely with Eren tell her that literally he was saying that he wishes that she would get rid of it and he's always wanted to throw it away or whatever. And she's holding on to it is showing like she still loves and cares and has that special connection with Aaron, even though she's like, quote unquote, thinking on her own finally and like going against him. I feel like it was supposed to be more of a like moment where you see Mikasa is still like she still loves and cares for Aaron and wants to like help him, but she's also at an understanding that like what he's doing is not okay, and she's at the point where she can still love and care about him but go against his wishes, which to me is kind of like almost like a you see her character progress into like understanding that I can love and care and follow someone without completely agreeing with something they're doing and like still push back.
Yeah, you gotta let me spit off that, bro, because that is literally perfect reading into it. Because think about it like this: Aaron says, "Hey, yo, Mikasa, cut that hair. It's kind of long." She cut it on the spot. He says, "Throw that scarf away." She said, "Nah, bro. This season 4, Mikasa, we different now."
I still don't
Like
understand why
I
he
don't know.
wanted
I
her to
just
cut that hair. That's wild.
yeah, like
Because he
so of
saw she had
course
gone, bro, for saying she had nice hair. So he said, "You like this hair? It's gone."
but like that's why I wasn't super pressed about the scene after like thinking about it. That's why I wasn't like, man, that's a waste of a scene because it showed Mikasa's character like progression at least throughout like this small part of the season that we've been
I
watching,
guess,
which
but like I feel like
I
it
don't
I feel
like.
like it
It
would
might
have been
help a
a
little.
better realization of like her character progression if it was against Aaron. Because we all
Hey, bro, we
assume,
don't.
oh, they're going to get to it and then she's going to switch sides and then she doesn't. I feel like that would be a better payoff.
Understandable.
Yeah.
What do you mean, motherfucker? You
I
telling me
still
some
feel like this
crazy
is
ass character development like that is just The fuck?
Hey, bro, you
nah.
have
I
to
mean,
understand.
I
Us
feel like
moderators have to just be
yeah,
like, maybe,
yeah,
perhaps.
yeah, perhaps.
I have a question. It has nothing to do with what we've been talking about. So if we're good to move on, I want to ask my question.
Go
Oh,
for it.
All right.
With where we're at now, are we gonna see an end in the anime, or do you think it's looking like a movie ending?
It
It's
seems
a
like a
movie
movie
ending.
ending. There's no way they're gonna be able to do what they need to be done in like less than 6 episodes, 100%. Unless they wanted to skip throughout the chapters, which will be rushing the ending and it'll be kind of shit.
it'll be trash
So yeah,
if they do that.
I don't know how
Yeah.
the anime will be able to like shorten it anyways, unless they just do like a time skip of, oh, we're now where we want to be, and now we got done with what we want to be. There's not going to be a solid conclusion. There's not going to be a solid epilogue to this. It's not just going to be solid anything. It's going to be a trash ending. If it is like, if they're going to end it like right then, last episode done with Attack on Titan forever.
Yeah, definitely. It's either gonna be a movie, which I'm 99% sure it will be, or we're gonna get more episodes if they're gonna stay true to the ending. Because there's no way that they do the ending with what's left.
Or an anime different ending?
Oh no,
Uh,
no.
no, because how
I
there's
think it's funny
every
how you
episode is
went
per
to different
chapter.
ending where I was like, oh, maybe they're gonna do a final season part 3.
That yeah, I mean, I doubt it because it's never. I've never heard of that. But like, hey, it could. Yeah, by more episodes, that would have to be what it is. I don't think they're gonna be season 5 confirmed. That'd be. There's not even enough
Especially when it's
content left
already
for that.
called the final season.
Oh
If
my
anything,
god.
it'll be like 4 episodes, I think.
Yeah.
I had to look at that again, but
It's the little PS at the end of the letter.
I'm dead, bro. What is that? An epilogue? So it'd be season 4, the finale epilogue.
I'm dead.
That's crazy, bro. Wow. So we gonna have to wait. See, that's
Yeah,
flawed, bro.
I
That's
know, I know.
see, Attack on Titan. It was up there. Now it's down below, bro.
Oh no, bro.
Just for that, bro. Just for that.
man, hating.
I mean, dude, that's just so annoying that like you already split almost a full year between what we're supposed to be seeing, and then you're gonna cut like who knows how long to see the actual ending. You know what I mean? Like that's just flawed, bro. That's stupid as hell.
That's why Attack on
That's
No,
Titan's
so
mid.
like
Oh
yeah, bro.
my,
oh
Honestly,
my
Attack
god.
on mid, bro.
oh no, this
It
Oh
way.
honestly might be
no.
worse. Attack on low. What?
My ears.
This hurts.
No, like but you know what I mean? Like that's so
No,
stupid
I'm
to
in
do. Like
100% agreement with Brennan because you already know how much I fucking hate waiting for the ending. You remember, used to tell you all the time this time last year that I just want it to end. I just want it to end. I don't care. I don't want to wait more. I just want it to end.
I
and at
never.
this point, I feel like it's not even unfair to be impatient about this. Like this was supposed to be it. We're calling this the final season, but yet you're gonna give us a movie that's supposed to end it. Like,
Well, yeah, the
bro,
movie's not a season.
it's not. But it's like this also clearly ain't the final season because there's gonna be a continuation that
It
is
should have been
canon.
the
That is a
final
movie.
movie.
Yeah. So actually, I think I'd
And it
like to
would
think
be
of
the
it.
final movie because there's more than one movie for Attack on Titan, so it would be perfectly fitting.
Oh, Mr. Wise Guy. No, I'm kidding.
I'm right, bitch.
I mean, if they make another season, it would be like 8 more episodes. Like exactly. Going
Even
by
if they did the
how
alternate ending,
right.
like right after.
They did the alternate ending. I don't know if they can
Yeah,
Because
fucking
anything can
bomb.
happen
honestly,
to
like
They
the
August.
can
only thing
bomb
that I
rush
can,
it.
the only thing that I can like think about is like if they do the regular ending and then the alternate ending to like cap it off, and that would be, I'm assuming 12
I
episodes, but
Is that an alternate ending or is that just an extension to the
I thought it
ending?
was an
Because I
alternate
thought it was
ending.
just an extent. I thought it was an extension to the ending
I don't
that
know if
they
we're all on
added
the.
in.
Oh, you talking about those extra like 8 pages?
Yeah, I thought that's what
Oh,
he was talking
yeah,
about.
Mm,
yeah. No, it's not
uh,
That's definitely not an alternate ending.
no,
That's
that's
just
an extension.
Oh,
That's
That's
like
an
the ending.
yeah.
yeah.
So
Unfortunately,
there is no alternate ending unless they do an anime like only alternate ending.
I see.
Oh, hold on a second.
Yeah.
What you mean by unfortunately?
I didn't really like the 8 pages.
We're not
Oh,
talking
get
about
this
this. Can
man
we
out
I'm
of
not. We're
please?
not
here.
gonna talk about it.
All
Episodes
right.
end with them with this Annie kicking right in the face to wake him up. Nice alarm clock, by the
Oh
way.
yeah.
And
Nice
they all
alarm
come
clock,
up.
by the way.
They all just gather up in like an Avenger thing, and they're like, "We're gonna save the world." By Connie saying himself, "The end." Bam.
Dog, as
That's
much as
the
I hate
episode.
Connie, that was such a fucking sick, like, how he said it. He's like, we're gonna go save the world, bitch.
And only Connie could deliver it like
No, he
that.
couldn't have. Levi could have done it better.
Yeah. Nah, bro. They only Connie could say something so cringy, but yet it not really be
You're
cringy.
right.
Because if Levi would have said it, he would have said something cool. Like he would have been smooth with it. You know what I mean? Connie said it cringily, but like it wasn't cringe. It was like, all right, bro, I see you.
See, I got spoiled on that scene, but I don't care. Because, like, I was scrolling through TikTok literally an hour after the episode came back, or came out. And, like, it was just
Oh,
that
that was
scene with
me.
Avengers music playing. And I was like, that's actually sick as hell.
Mm, 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 mm.
But yeah, um, that was a sick ass ending for a shit episode, but you know,
I can agree with half of that
half of
statement.
that statement.
Yeah, same.
Wait, I actually my favorite part of the episode was actually skipped over.
What did we
It was
skip?
What was your
actually
favorite part?
Connie's face.
Connie's face was funny, but no, we talked about that. But John, when he was in the water with Onyanko-pan, and
Oh
Onyanko-pan
yeah.
asked him why he did what he did because he could have lived that comfy life. He told him, I mean, Onyanko-pan didn't understand, but in John's fancy way, he was basically saying Marco wouldn't forgive me if I was just that.
Oh yeah. What did he say? The pile of ash
Yeah,
wouldn't
he was
Those
like,
forgive me.
ashy
those
bones.
ashy bones wouldn't forgive me.
R.I.P. to a real one. Lasted a whole what 3 episodes.
I'm dead.
Bro, you made it to trust, bro. You watch your mouth.
I also liked
It was
when
3 episodes after he was
when
introduced.
Oh, man.
I
Yeah, he
also
got
liked
clapped.
when they were like, "What, you don't brush your teeth when you in Titan form?" And she's like, "You don't ask a lady that."
Hey, it's funny because I think the reason that Connie might brush his mom's teeth is maybe it was Hanji's idea, bro.
I'm dead. I'm dead. That actually would make sense.
They say, "Yeesh, you smell like dead humans. Let me brush that for you."
Man, you said you eat some dead things. Hold on now.
All right.
You
Well,
got that death
She
thank
stuff.
God I just
she
want to
said,
end the podcast now, to be honest, because I'm sick of y'all.
Damn, bro. Yeah, I can't believe I'm getting this slander for one of my favorite episodes this season, bro.
This episode was
Honestly.
fucking, look, without the, well, no, actually my opinion may change next week, but without next week's episode, this episode was fucking shit, and I refuse to hear otherwise. So
I want to make a deal with
what?
you. If you like this episode that we just watched, after watching the next episode, you have to suck my big toe.
I'm dead. It's not happening, and it probably will happen because the last episode I called shit. I ended up liking the week prior or the week
Alright,
after. So
alright, fine. I just want to hear it. I just
I'm
want you
not.
to
Look,
to
I literally. I feel like I've said this multiple times, knowing that it's going to get answered. It's fine, but I still have an issue with it regardless.
I'm just used to always having questions, so it didn't really like affect me.
Look,
what are Titans?
I'm dead. All right, Thor: Love and Thunder trailer. It's gonna come out sometime this week, apparently, according to people who are way smarter than I am with this algorithm type shit. That they're like, yeah, March 6th or March 8th, it's coming out.
This is
I
safe
don't
for you to
understand.
say.
Like, I know that there's like a bunch of reasons and like a trend that Marvel does, but I'm like, why? How do you know this? Like, and if it comes out on March 8th, shout out to whoever the fuck that guy is, because he got it
They
down
a
pack.
god.
Yeah,
They are Thor. They are
yeah,
Thor.
legit. But I'm
Liam
really
Liam
excited to
Hemsworth said it
see.
himself.
I'm dead. You mean Chris Hemsworth?
Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, same thing.
Same thing. They're brothers. It's fine. But yeah,
It's the Hemsworths.
if it comes out next week, I'm gonna be hype as hell. Or this week, next week, sometime soon. I don't know.
I feel like they wouldn't want to put it out yet until they release Doctor Strange. You know what I mean? Like I feel like since
Ah.
Doctor Strange is coming, like
No,
I feel like they'd want to
because
continue to build Doctor Strange hype.
they released the first Captain Marvel trailer like a few weeks before Infinity War.
Yeah, but fuck Captain Marvel. Like let's be honest.
I'm saying they do this, so like they already
No, I
show
know.
the next movie before the first ones even come out. So like
To be fair though, they kind of had to in order to like because
well,
since
actually,
she's in both movies.
to your point though, no, she's not. She's not in Infinity War. She's
Wait.
teased at the end of Infinity War, but she's not in
Yeah, the
Infinity
after
War.
credits.
Oh,
I'm
I thought
dead.
we were talking about Endgame. My bad.
No, for Endgame there wasn't anything because there was nothing. Well, actually, no. The Far From Home trailer came out before Endgame, but
That was Sony's fault.
yeah, I was just about to
We'll
say,
blame
but that's Sony. So like, but
Yeah,
to
no,
your
you
point,
Said, spoiler alert on this trailer.
to your point though, like they already have like a bunch of Moon Knight shit coming out, and like Moon Knight's the thing immediately after. So like, I understand what you mean because I feel like maybe Doctor Strange would come out before before they moved on to the thing after, but I don't know. I guess with these Marvel shows, anything's liable to happen at this point.
Yeah, it's just like, but like even like Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel isn't gonna die out the hype for Infinity War. Like it's like, oh cool, we have another one.
Yeah, but
that's not gonna kill the hype.
But like Doctor
Thor,
Strange and
though,
Thor, that's a closer battle because like
yeah,
because
like
there's some because Thor is an OG and Doctor Strange is relatively new, so like
and there's so much like going on in that movie that it's like, oh snap! But then you're like,
yeah,
what
then
could
Thor:
they do
Love
with
and
Thor and Love
Thunder,
and
like
Thunder?
it probably will be a little bit confusing, but not as confusing because like I know that they like confirmed are making what's her name? I just remember her. It's Jane Foster. I don't remember the actress, but I know that they're like making her Thor during this movie. So like there's just a bunch of shit that like people want to see and like are expecting and that have been confirmed and stuff. And like with Doctor Strange, it's just a guessing game.
It would be crazy, bro.
True. All right.
I'm not against seeing a trailer though.
True.
Me either.
True.
I like it too. I do. I want to.
Bro said, oh, I want to.
No, because I realized it sounded like I wouldn't want to see a trailer when I
No,
was
you
fucking
just
yawning.
it sounded what is it called?
Couldn't even hear it.
Incomprehensible.
Yeah, incomprehensible because you sounded like like you had a dick in your mouth or
No,
some shit.
all right. All right, I'll shove this dick in your mouth, bitch. Fuck
Hey
you.
yo.
Hey, Dark King Utah's coming out, bro.
Mhm. Yes,
All right,
sir.
well, let's what is Weebly Whedon? All of you, I'm fucking every single one of us 5-minute cap. I'm cutting you off after 5 minutes. Let's go, Adrian.
All right, I haven't been reading this much because
All right,
not enough
Javen, go. No,
time.
I'm just kidding.
I was gonna put my dick in you.
Ooh.
Anywho, I've been reading much, but continuing on Berserk, I haven't really got too much far. Same with Monster. Monster I've been watching. I still love the series. It's kind of episodic, but at the same time not. It's still like little mini arcs. It's just kind of weird. but it's still enjoyable so far. So that's all I got.
Wow. 1 minute. That's crazy.
7 minutes for real.
Brennan.
My typical still reading Dararon. That one's kind of sick. Yashimon is like I'm actually really enjoying that one. I'm excited to see where that one's going. Jujutsu Kaisen is like, we eating right
Oh, so
now.
you've been reading a
yes,
bunch
sir.
this week.
I read this every week. This is
Oh
like
yeah,
every
this
week
is the
things that I
weekly
read.
shit, isn't it?
And then Twin Star Exorcist, the new chapter comes out tomorrow in 13 hours to be exact. That's kind of fire. I do still need to read the second chapter of Earthchild though, because I actually am like kind of interested to see
I
where that
started
goes
reading
because
it and yeah. I didn't finish it because I had other things to take
it's
care of, but it's very
is it
interesting.
not
No,
good
it's
or
interesting.
oh
It's
it's
interesting.
okay. But I will maybe at least try to watch an episode or two of Komi Can't Communicate this week so that next week I can talk about if I enjoyed it or not. Um, I don't think I've started watching anything else just because watching takes a lot more time than reading.
Yeah,
And I'd be a busy man.
facts. All right, Javen.
No, what was his time?
His time was 2 minutes.
All right, bro. I'd like to use my entire 5
All right,
minutes.
go for it.
Go off.
All right, no, I'm just kidding. But so last week I was watching Shield Hero. I got about to episode I think 10 or 11. Honestly, I ended up dropping it, bro. It just turned into
What?
it turned into like some basic isekai stuff for me, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Adrian, you're a fan of Shield Hero?
I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan. Brendan is a bigger fan than me, but
Oh no.
I
I'm
think I just like isekais.
Yeah,
Like
maybe,
honestly, I
maybe.
think I just enjoy them.
Maybe. It just I couldn't go on anymore. I thought I had a really good hook, but it just didn't stick with me,
Bro,
man.
the first episodes when she portrays, bruh,
Yeah, for sure, bro. Fire.
crazy.
Yes, sir. All right. But and then so I dropped that. I started reading One Piece again. I'm chugging through Skypiea, trying to
He's
make
at the
my way
big
through.
battle, Adrian. I'm so proud.
I think things are getting better, I will admit. Hopefully I'll
Mhm.
be past Skypiea soon enough and into my most hype arc I've heard about so far, Long
Yeah,
Island.
he
Long
made the
night.
decision
He's gonna read
against
it.
my well, it's only 15 chapters to be fair, so like
It's only
that's
15.
what I'm
Oh, bro,
saying,
you're
bro.
gonna breeze through. What?
I'm gonna be eating, bro. I'm gonna be eating that. All right, and then
Bro, you better breeze through. I'm be pissed if you don't.
I'm
and then as
saying
far as like, I
it
promise.
feels so much
I'll
longer
do
than
it
it
in one sit
actually
down.
is. But
And then for my weekly animes, I just doing Rust Eater Bisco. I'm not up to date on that, but I've been trying to catch up slowly. It's getting better. I haven't been like really hooked or invested, but it's getting better. And then you already know, freaking My Dress Up
Darling,
Darling,
sir.
fire. It's been fire so far. Can't complain. That's everything.
Wow.
I forgot to tell you, Diego. I did watch a little bit more of One Piece.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'm never mind. I can't explain where I'm at.
Okay. I think I know where you're at
I was
actually.
literally. I was no. You might. I'm just gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, you watch some more.
Yeah.
Yep. So for me, mine's gonna be quick because I haven't read shit this week. I read like one chapter of my Rent a Girlfriend, like one chapter of Bleach, one chapter of Fire Force, and I have been watching more Hunter though. I
Nice.
so they were I was wrong, Jay. They talked about Greed Island, but I was still in the middle of the what's it called, the Phantom Troop arc or whatever.
Oh, for real? Oh, bet, bro,
So I
bet.
finished
Listen, bro.
that, and
Phantom Troop Arc
then
Fire, Island Arc Fire. You're eating good for the
I'm
next few.
finally in Greed Island though, because like Killua
Oh,
went into the game. So yeah,
oh,
I
my
think
bad.
I watched like 5 or 6 episodes today of Hunter x Hunter, and it was good. It was good. I actually am really looking forward to this arc, which is a first because this is the first time that I've looked forward to Gon's experience in this entire show, and I'm 60 episodes deep. So
Wait, I would like to ask what makes you excited for going in Greed
because
Island?
his dad trauma. because I know that he gets traumatized at some point, so I'm waiting for the trauma.
Oh yes.
And
yeah.
and Killua, you know, made progress towards his Godspeed, so that's what I'm really hyped for. But yeah,
Love to see it.
and Kurapika said goodbye. I cried because my favorite character left, and I'll probably never see him again. But yeah. Oh, and I've been watching what is it? The How the Genius Prince Saves the Kingdom. It's actually good as shit. You're tripping for not liking it, but it's fine.
Hey, bro, it's isekai adjacent, bro. I gotta
It's
keep my
isekai
distance.
adjacent. Look, bro, Universal, even though that opening is still garbage because it just shows scenes from the anime, it's and Universal did a good job. But yeah.
Just for context for you two, I don't know if we talked about it before, but in the beginning of this anime, I guess it's produced by
Oh, it's produced by Universal because in the
yeah, so
beginning it literally plays like the like it the whole shit, and it was very
the
confusing.
Earth with the Universal
Yep.
logo comes around at the beginning of a
Like
of
the
a
very
Funimation
first episode, I like exit out of the episode and I was like, I'm on Funimation, right? Like, what's happening?
I've never seen that from an anime before.
No.
I've seen that from. I can't name the series off the top of my head, but I've seen that from other animes.
That is
I
my
think maybe
first
mostly from
experience with
movies.
a Universal produced anime.
Me too,
And
me
it's
too.
good as shit. Like animation quality is good, the fight scenes are good, the voice actors are like very like everything's so good about this, and like it being a Universal production, I'm proud. I am proud of Universal because this is the first thing that I've ever seen Universal's name attached to in a very long time. But yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna let Brennan have this. We haven't heard from Brennan in a hot minute.
Yeah, bro, you took a week
it's
off,
fucked up.
so
Yeah.
That wasn't.
that was a week off.
That was not
It
planned.
was planned.
No, that was not.
It was planned by you.
It was not.
It was planned by you.
It was most. It was most definitely not planned by me. You, the one who said not to go on.
Yeah, because you was making some brain dead
Yeah,
decisions.
crazy. Wow, crazy. So we're gonna move on anyway. It's not my personal life. We
I
ain't gonna
ain't
get
talking
into that.
about that. I'm saying you making brain dead decisions.
Listen, bro, I'm making money moves is what I'm making. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. You know, it was nice being back. You know, had some fun conversation, getting yelled at by Diego for no
only
reason.
one person here, and it wasn't me. I had zero fun during this podcast. I do not want to edit this shit whatsoever because I'm so fucking done with this.
He gonna pop a blood vessel just listening
I
to
might,
it.
I honestly, I might just fucking say fuck it and just upload it raw as fuck because
Oh,
I'm
man.
so sick of this podcast.
No, bro,
Do
no.
it. I'm down for it.
Livid.
Do it. As always, follow your boy Adrian, Dark King Utah. He might be a bitch, but at least give him a bit. At least make him a bitch with some
Why am I
followers.
getting this fault? This is the most backhanded.
Subscribe to
shout-out I've ever had.
Javen, always releasing fire content. Subscribe to Diego, aka Wrath. Always got you with the Nintendo content if that's what you're into. Even if you're not, bro, sometimes you can just sit down, watch it, and enjoy it, you know? I left a comment the other day, you know, like, I don't even care about Nintendo like that, but I be still watching and enjoying my boys' videos, you
Because
know?
my
It
videos
is
are
what it is.
fucking gas, bro.
You know, I feel like you guys hear me and Diego argue a lot, but don't forget, we boys. We can argue, yell at each other, call each other a bitch, and then
This
move on
bitch
with
is
our
my
lives,
brother, you know? Even though I fucking hate
a-
him 99% of the time, I still love him.
It's a healthy relationship. Diego gets trolled, I get a good laugh out of it, and then we move on with life.
There's no benefits for me, but you know, it's fine.
But as always, I hope you had a nice night, a nice morning, a nice drive to work, a very nice dinner, whatever you do while you listen to our video. And as always, see you guys next week. P.S. I hope you had a
Fuck
great
you.
show.
Fuck you.
Hey, I had him in the first
You
half, bro.
really, I really was like, he's not gonna do it this week. This is a fucking blessing. And then you just had to slip it in.
No, I knew he's gonna fucking do it. He always slips it
I'm
in.
waiting. I'm waiting for the week that you finally get sick of it and just leave it in.
I mean, I left it in
Wait.
last week for context. That's it.
Oh, there you go. Yes,
Only
sir.
for context.
It's
Only
funny.
for
It's funny.
context.
We should make it an inside joke with our viewers, bro.
No, the inside joke is me cutting it out, and then they're like, "Oh, he said it again."
That was a cut. I heard it.
Yeah, because he just randomly started saying "fuck you" out of nowhere, and then Brennan's laughing.
They're probably for the longest time like, man, what do you say?
I might leave it in like every other episode just so people, like new listeners and shit, get the context.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I just want to give a huge shout out. I don't know if he listens for this long or when he listens to, but shout out to my boy Jose, cause I don't know, you guys know him.
If we're doing shout outs,
Hold on. Shout out to Jose, cause he does genuinely listen, and I found that out just due to Michael. Also, shout out to you, Michael. He did like follow our TikTok. He said the podcast deserves more views and is fire.
Thanks.
So shout out to those two, because those are just two direct ones that I had talk to me about it.
All right, but the true shout out that I want to do, there's these 2 listeners in Germany who are fucking like OG. One of them's OG. Like every week, like for almost every episode, I see 2 Germany downloads, sometimes 3. Like you both are the homies, bro. Both of the homies.
Y'all fire.
Yeah.
Y'all fire.
All right.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Goodbye
Y'all
for
gonna
my
say bye to the
sanity.
viewers?
For my sanity, just goodbye. Are y'all not gonna say goodbye?
All right. Yeah.
Oh wait, my
fuck y'all
fault.
too.
Wait, isn't that what? Did I say that in German? I thought. Is that not what that
Okay,
means?
but I'm still talking
Oh.
about Brendan and Adrian.
Oh
My
yeah.
I
fault,
said
y'all.
bye.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say my
I did the
bye
outro, bro.
in a special way. Dark King Utah out with this shit. Go fuck yourselves and love yourselves.
What?
Bye. What?
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 Right.
Get this man out of here.
Bro made a poem for
He
the
just made a
outro.
poem for the outro. This man is built different. That's why you should share this shit, by the way. You know, just follow his shit and just comment. That was the most cringy outro I've ever heard. And
What you mean cringe? I love that shit. Fuck you.
God, goodbye. We'll see you next week. We love you guys. Goodbye.